Hello everyone, hope you're having an excellent day today. I'm doing pretty good. This was supposed to happen last Friday. I apologize for those who are ready to watch a minifigure sorting stream on Friday. However, my Wi-Fi decided to completely go out about 5 minutes prior to starting the stream. So I wasn't able to stream at all. I still had my phone, still had self-service. I was able to reschedule till today. And it's good that I did because it took a while to get the Wi-Fi back on. It's working fine today. Should be able to stream no problem. Hopefully be able to stream for about 2 hours. We'll see how long I last. Hopefully I can keep the minifigures going where they need to go for as long as possible. But yeah, let's go ahead and switch over to the sorting perspective that we have here. Be ready to look at all these great minifigure parts. I'm going to try and go through this bin. We've got another bin behind me, and we've got a huge bin behind that. The reason we're trying to go through minifigure pieces instead of our usual regular bricks, slopes, and plates, etc. is because we're actually doing okay on bulk sorting. We're about halfway through our large bin over there, and good progress achieved. So the problem is, because we've sorted a lot of pieces, all those minifigure pieces have been held aside, ready to be sorted like this, where they all need to go in their individual categories. So we're going to do some minifigure sorting. It's a little different, but it's still fun. And in fact, I think this will be, honestly, more interesting pieces in these minifigure bins than in just the regular bulk brick. So should be a good time. Should be enjoyable for people to watch. But let's go ahead and say hi to some of the people who are in the chat. We've got SFAM Studios here bright and early. Good to see you, SFAM Studios. Hope you're doing well. James McGee says, near 3 days I've waited, and finally tonight's the night. Exactly, you finally made it, James. We finally got through all the Wi-Fi issues. We're back. It feels good to be back. It has been a couple weekends since I've been able to stream. It was a very busy month of conventions last August, but we're here. We're having a good time. We've got some pieces in front of us and some time ahead of us, so it's good. But Michael is here all the way from Iceland. Good to see you, Michael. Hope you're doing well. And yeah, there's my own comment. We're back. The Wi-Fi is working. Yes, it's working fine today, as it usually does, but Friday was weird. It just stopped working immediately. But Tim is here. Good to see you, Tim. Hope you're doing well. And Tim is the #1 commenter as of that comment. I don't know if that's changed at all. But Malister is here. Good to see you, Malister. Thanks for tuning in. Ryan is here as well. Good to see you, Ryan. James McGee is back again. I think live, because that's when the live stream would have started. Cross Airborne Customs is here. Good to see you, Cross. Hope you're doing well. And we've got a bunch of minifigure parts we're about to dive into. Andrew is here. Good to see you, Andrew. Yeah, so many minifig parts. Yeah, we have a lot of minifig parts in front of me here, and a bunch of minifigures to sort. This is to sort, and these are the bins that they're going. You can actually see, I think right here, there's the kind of military-style helmets. So medieval helmets of that nature. What is the pumpkin head doing in there? That doesn't belong there. That goes over there. But yeah, you should see metallic helmets in there. You're going to see minifigure headgear beneath my mouse pad right here. Minifigure hair, torsos, legs, hands, arms, if they're separate. I usually don't separate the arms unless they're already separated, in which case I'll put them in their own bin. Minifigure shields. You've got minifigure armor. You got torso wear over here, utensils, weapons. Plumes are beneath the camera here. You might be able to see if I lift them up. You can see the plumes bin right there. Stuff that goes in the minifigure headgear accessory, essentially. So yeah, we're gonna keep going through all this stuff. There's a classic octopus here. That's pretty fun. A good piece. One of my favorite pieces, because I met the designer of said piece when I was at the Lego house, and in Billund I got to meet the person who designed a lot of those classic animal pieces, a lot of classic graphic design for Lego too, so that was pretty cool. Michael says, wow, I just keep all my figures together. LOL, interesting to sort them like this. Yeah, if I had all my minifigures together, I don't think I'd be able to find anything at all. It would be very chaotic very quickly. But one thing I'm not sure where to put is this little robot, this little Nexo Knight bot, because these pieces, they are certainly minifigure parts, but they don't really fit in any of my categories. Maybe I need a bin for skeleton pieces here. I might need to acquire a bin and do that. I think I have one over here I can borrow right now. There we go. So if I find any skeleton pieces, I'll put them in here. Right there. because it's the same connection points that a skeleton would use. So we'll put that with that. Maybe battle droids and things like that could fit in there. I don't have a lot of battle droids that I'm parting out right now. So Wolfpack torso, that looks pretty good. Hope to see a lot of Nexo figures. There was already 1 or 2, but not as many as I was expecting. I think there's still somewhere down in those bricks there, because I know I have like 4 or 5 at least. And I need to track them down because I need to be able to make a Nexo Knight mock Ballister. That's the point. Looking forward to that for sure. Megan is here. Good to see you, Megan. Thanks for tuning in. We're sorting some minifigure parts today. Here's a conundrum we've run into. What do you do with a classic Fabuland figure? It's a great figure. It's really cool looking. He's very posable. He's got that flexible neck joint. He's got those arms. But you can separate these if you basically break the figure. You can take the arms off, take the legs off, but yeah, you won't be able to put them back on. So this guy needs to stay together. Are they going to go in the small animals bin? Because I think that would actually work, because that way they could stay together. They're in pieces that are about the same size. We'll do that for now. It feels weird, but Fabuland was a little weird. They're in their own category, essentially. There you go. Take apart this astronaut. Yeah, we got lots of random stuff. This is a minifigure from the Roman gladiator scene that I took apart a long time ago. Put the hairpiece, head, and torso over there. And there is a battle droid. I don't even think I need to take him apart. I'll just put him with the Nexo Knight figure. Right over there. Yeah, we'll be pulling out cool pieces all day long. Oh no, what do we do with Thanos? I don't have a bin for big figure pieces. There's Thanos, and his arms are probably in here too. There's one of his arms. Might as well stick it on there because it doesn't really go to anything else. That's the old Thanos figure, not the newer one with the posable head. So we'll put him in the larger creatures bin. There's another classic octopus there too. Yeah, trying to figure out some weird pieces at this point. Anselm is here. I need to sort my figures too. That happens, Anselm. They catch up on you. Fabuland, which is now Animal Crossing. Yeah, Animal Crossing has essentially revived Fabuland by accident. It has worked out well. There's a Dragon Paladin figure, which I will part out because I don't need Dragon Paladins exactly the way the D&D figures looked, but I certainly will use the pieces, and it'll be easier to access those pieces if they're where I expect them to be, so we'll do that. Rob, good to see you, Rob Claxton. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for tuning in. And for those of you who are tuning in, I appreciate you stopping by to say hi versus tuning into NFL football, which is going on right now. There are dozens of games going on, and if I had cable or if I had YouTube TV or something like that, I would probably be watching that and be doing this on Friday if things were working out perfectly. But I don't have cable. It's a little too expensive for me, so we're here sorting Lego instead, being productive, and that's good. I saw Ninjago Kai minifig on the thumbnail. Yes, I have all the original Ninja minifigures. I think Kai is probably in this bin somewhere. And those pieces will get sorted down into where all the other minifigure pieces are. But at least I'll be able to rebuild them quickly if I need to. Animal Crossing is not selling at all in Iceland. It worked out well for me because I got the whole wave at 70% off. That's a terrific deal, Michael. That's awesome. It's unusual it's not doing well. Maybe the game isn't as popular over in Iceland. I know it's reasonably popular here in the United States. I didn't see any major sales for it here. That being said, I'm not usually that fast to catch up on sales. There's a actually somewhat rare and valuable Elves dragon head here. This is from the lavender colored dragon, which was not available in the United States if I'm not mistaken. And I was able to acquire that through a lot of hard work, but yeah, a great piece. I don't have the whole dragon together. I'm kind of wishing I had kept it together just because it is kind of difficult to find. I didn't separate any of the stickers from the pieces though, so I should be able to one day rebuild that if I wanted to. It would be a bit of a challenge at this point though. So yeah, Ninjago pieces. This is technically a Ninjago piece, and I guess that's going to go in headgear, even though it's like a creature on its own. We'll put it there for now, I suppose. Biggest discounts I've ever seen on Lego. Wow, that's something for sure, Michael. That is the biggest discounts I've ever seen here in the United States. Let me think. Nexo Knights was on sale a little bit, but not as bad as some other themes that I could think of. Yeah, we've had a few sales in the United States. When was the last big sale? Gabby's Dollhouse was on sale quite a bit. Friends is sometimes put on sale. Not that bad, but sometimes. Yeah, various themes. I imagine some dream sets could end up on sale because I feel like they're not quite as popular as Lego wanted them to be. But yeah. Anselm said, I kind of wanted to make a Cyberpunk Neo-Fabuland using the video animal figures. That would have been interesting. And you could also have used the I want to say the costume CMF minifigures would have been really good for that too. If you could figure out a way to make the opening for the face make sense, that would have been interesting. Speaking of dreams earlier, we've got the little old lady grandma figure. I don't remember her name, but a very unique torso and leg configuration there. But yeah, I'm going to put this with droids as well, just because it's the same scale. This is... Or would that go in torsos? I guess I'll put that in torsos because it's basically a torso. She's just missing a pair of legs. We'll do that. And the head and hair can go where they usually go. Let me separate that really quick here. I've already run into some weird oddities. Hopefully it doesn't stay that crazy and I can kind of keep sorting normally here. I want to make a little bit of progress, if possible. Not like pressuring myself to get progress done, but I feel like this should be slightly easier than normal color sorting with bricks and plates and that sort of thing. So, oh yeah, some dream stuff was on sale too. I just didn't get any. The dreams part's not that appealing to you, Michael? I know for me, I like those crazy colors because I have enough of the basic colors. I have enough gray and tan and stuff like that now. Would love to get more lime green, lavender, pink, some of those weird colors that I don't have enough of. Another dragon paladin getting sorted here. That's good. I'll have plenty of those shields if I need to make a little army of those figures at some point. Aha! The Gungan beast. That can go right with the bigger animal pieces there, as well as 2 wargs. I think I got these out for some D&D thumbnails not too long ago, but we got 2 Lord of the Rings wargs. These are kind of tricky to find now, if I'm not mistaken, because it's been a while since they made them. A great piece, though. Some of those Lord of the Rings figures are super cool. Really well done, especially like for their time. They were outstanding. So, some flags. Yeah, I have a huge army of castle minifigures that I'm debating sorting down and starting fresh, because they're all discombobulated in the bin that they were in, so we'll see if I end up doing that. Tim says, I think it's the Chiefs playing, is it? The Chiefs played a few days ago. I think that was actually Friday. And I watched part of that game because there were some people who were allowed to stream it on YouTube, and that was pretty fun to watch. So the Chiefs did lose, so sorry Chiefs fans, but the Chargers played a good game, and it was a very good game overall. Interesting to see comments on both sides of the coin there. I have like 7 of those grandma figures from the Brickworld parts draft. I have no idea what to do with them. You have 7 grandma figures? What are you gonna? Yeah, I don't know what you're gonna do, not just brother. If you're looking at like, if that was a seed part in an NPU seed part challenge, I would have no idea what to do. The arms are useful because that has an attachment point and stuff like that, but the hair is somewhat specific to face and body is very specific too. So I don't know what I would do. There is a Jaguar Warrior helmet that is a super cool piece. The CMF line has some really great elements in it. That's going to go with the kind of metallic warrior helmet bin there. Horse with barding. You got a Black Falcon horse barding there. Looks really good. Put that separate from the horse. Put it with the other horse armor over there. Got a Philistine. Yeah. All these minifigures, I can actually remember where most of them were used in mocks. So, oh, look at that. A Nexo Knights keychain. Completely useless. Do I put this with the shields or do I put this with something else? I'm trying to think. I guess I should set that aside because I have some keychains in a different drawer over there under one of my tables. So I'll do that instead. Nexo Knights keychain. Never gonna use a Nexo Knights keychain, I don't think, anytime soon. For a while. There we go. Utensils. When I see stuff on sale, I'm mostly buying to sell later to fund Bricklink orders. Oh, that's interesting. It's an interesting concept, Michael. I don't usually buy to resell because I can't get myself to the point where I'm willing to sell Lego. I just want to store it away forever, even though it might be like, for example, that Nexo Knight keychain. I'm not going to get rid of it, even though I probably should. I doubt I'll ever use it, but I can't bring myself to do it. So. Stitch the Magnificent. Yes, Stitch is the best of wargs. He is the one good warg among all the bad wargs. And yeah, if you don't know who Stitch the Magnificent is, you need to watch our D&D campaign on my other YouTube channel. I've posted a number of times about it on this channel for people to go watch if they're interested. It's kind of podcast style. You can see the gameplay, but D&D is a slow game. It's not a quick video game type thing. So if you're interested in that, check it out for sure. There we go. Hey, what's up, guys? Good to see you, Lucas. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping in. We're just sorting some minifigure parts, so nothing too crazy, but we've seen a lot of cool minifigure elements so far. Yeah. SFAM Studios says our minifigure collection is mostly Harry Potter. Hey, that's a great minifigure collection. Those are some really cool-looking minifigures. I have a couple Harry Potter minifigures, but not that many. Just a few. I've got a few Harry Potter sets here and there. They're fantastic for pieces, so can't say no to that. If you like castles that are tan, or they used to have some gray in them too. Yeah, tan castles for the win. Shoulder guard right there. James McGee says 7 grandmas equals 7 dwarves. Hey, they could be dwarves because they are a little. That is a shorter grandma piece, right? That is a possible use, I suppose. I don't know how well that would work though, James. Hey, you hold on to that shield. It's not useless. Yeah. I actually did find a plain old Nexo Knight shield in here. Actually, a couple of them. There's one. I thought it. Yeah, there's 2, 3. So there's 3 or so Nexo Knight shields ready for like mechs and stuff that I want to build in the future. So saving those with the other shield pieces. So. Even if they are weird, useless parts can still be used. I used the old sports jumping platforms a ton recently. Never thought I'd find it used. That is a very weird piece, Michael. That is crazy to hear that you found a productive use for that, because they were like a clear little, almost like a little paperclip piece that you just kind of would flick and it would dwing, it would shoot in the air. A very strange element. I think I've got a couple somewhere, but I've never even thought of a use for them. So. Never even dreamed of anything that I could potentially use that for. There we go. There's a Forester from the Forester scene not too long ago. There's a mermaid tail. That's a cool piece. Put that with the other legs. There's a Belleville bear. A little Belleville yellow bear doll piece. Very strange. Are we going to put this... I think we're going to put this with utensils because it's not alive. It's not supposed to be an alive bear. Unless you're talking like Toy Story. I think this is the last complete Dragon Paladin that I have to work with right now, and we'll take him apart just like the others, but some great pieces to use here. Very excited to have a couple more of those in the collection. I already had about a dozen, now I've got a few more. So. Nothing crazy. I've seen some people have huge armies of them, but I don't need a huge army. I just need a nice little squad, just enough to customize some figures and have fun with. So. Cross Airborne Custom says, I'm not that much of a sports fan, more of an official Lego Star Wars clone fan. There we go. Yes, the Star Wars clones are definitely worth being a fan of. Sports is kind of hit and miss, in my opinion. I am a fan of pro football. I realize it's highly commercialized. It's a little silly. And people get very invested in it when they really should probably relax a little bit. So it's got its own set of problems, but I still enjoy most of the aspects of it. So. That being said, I don't watch it live. I'll usually catch the highlights on YouTube where it's free, with a lot of ads. So, yeah, I'm not too big into most other sports though. They kind of, I'm like, oh, that's happening. I didn't realize. Put the spider in the small animals bin. Headgear, head, torso. Ooh, yeah. So I was at the It's called the Duluth Brick Fan Expo or event, Brick Fan event. It's a smaller Atlanta show. Same convention venue as the bigger Atlanta Brick Con at the end of the year, or at the beginning of the year, depending on your perspective. And had a great time there, but I got a bunch of Knight minifigures. Let's see if I can find one for us here. Here we go. I got 4 of these bad boys. And this is a minifigure from the 2008, I think? 2008, 2009, 2007 era castle. The fantasy era on Bricklink is what it's called. And yeah, I got a bunch of these for a very good deal from a Bricks and Minifigs vendor booth. So they were selling them for, I think, a little less than they could have. And I snagged them up pretty quickly. I just decided to snatch them. So, how'd you get the rubber band through the 1x1 Technic brick? Wait, which one? I'm not sure which piece we're talking about. Lucas says, I just got here and Mark is already throwing shade at Nexo. Always, Lucas, always. Never not throwing shade at Nexo Knights. They deserve every bit of shade they get. So, the Harry Potter line was single-handedly revolutionized my tan mock building. Yeah, tan bricks from Harry Potter is the way to go. Absolutely. Jerry Houston, good to see you, Jerry. Hope you're doing well. We just tracked down an Islander shield piece. It's kind of hard to see in that lighting. But yeah, there's a little King Kahuka mask on the shield, which is super cool. That would actually make a nice t-shirt now that I think about it. That might end up being a t-shirt design. Got the Rhea and the Last Dragon. Dragon head. Very weird looking. Kind of scary. Putting that with the other large animal pieces. I don't like that piece. It's like a nightmare fuel piece. Yep, that's the piece, Mark. I'll maybe send you a pic after the stream of the design I use them for. I would be curious to see that, Michael, if you have a chance to send me something on Instagram, because that is mind-blowing to hear that you had a useful purpose for that very, otherwise I would consider it useless piece. Apparently it's not useless, though, because you were able to find something to do with it. So that's great. Mighty Raptor says, I have 3 of those Dragonborn Paladin. They go nice with the Horse Knights. Yeah, I haven't gotten any Horse Knights yet. I was so busy all of August. I wanted to stop by the Lego store while I was at the Atlanta convention because it's very close to a Lego store. I just didn't get around to it. I was lazy. I thought, I'm just going to go back to the hotel and relax and rest up for the next day, and I didn't buy it. So I should just buy it online at this point. I should get it on Lego.com, maybe more than one, and enjoy those new castle minifigures, because I've seen a couple other people building mocks of them, having fun with those figures. They look great. I don't think this set is terribly overpriced. It's decent. It's not the worst. It's not Star Wars. So yeah, I need to get some of those Horse Knights. Neckwear, there we go. What is your favorite Harry Potter minifigure? Ooh. I think my favorite Harry Potter character is Snape. I think he was the best character. We're going to do potions class today, Potter. But no, Snape was my favorite character, but favorite minifigure? There's a glow-in-the-dark Harry Potter minifigure, one of the ghosts. I think it's Nearly Headless Nick, if I'm not mistaken, if that's his name. And that was a super cool figure to get it, like, basically all glow-in-the-dark. I think I have one somewhere. And great piece. So probably my favorite minifigure. Good question, though. I think I have like 12 or 13 of the Dragon Paladin minifigure. That's about what I have, Cross. That's a really good collection. I know Grumpy J, who is not in the stream today, I don't think. I think he must be busy. Grumpy J has like 40 or 50 of them, a lot of them. And that's very impressive. I know people who have more, though. He has encountered people who have hundreds, so... Paladin breastplate pairs great with the new Griffin shield I found. Ooh, yeah, the color, the silver and gold highlights. That'd be good. Oh, the comments are piling in. Let's say hi to some people. Teaver, good to see you, Teaver. Thanks for stopping by. Tim says, I'd rather chat and watch Mark's or his Lego. Well, thank you, Tim. I'm glad you want to hang out with me and have a good time. That's great. I'm glad you're choosing me over professional sports. That's awesome. I'm glad you're here, Tim. For real, Tim says, hey, there we go. Love the Knight. Yeah, all Knight figures are great, but I think you're talking about the old Crown Knights. They are terrific. The dragon head belongs in the Galador bin. Basically. That actually gives me an idea for a custom figure now that I think about it. Wait, which are those knights we were talking about? Don't remember hearing about any horse knights. That's the new castle, Michael. The new Creator 3-in-1 castle has a blue background with a white horse emblem, and it's well regarded. I don't think anybody hates on them. So, yeah. Hey, we were just talking about Grumpy J. There's Grumpy J. Good to see you, Grumpy J. Hope you're doing well. We were bragging on your Dragon Paladin army a minute ago, so glad you're here. And yeah, Grumpy J is the person with the biggest Dragon Paladin army that well, no, maybe my friend Rich has more. I'd have to ask Rich and see how many he has. He has probably about at least as many as Grumpy, if not more. He always gets a lot of those castle minifigures. They're in the new 3-in-1 castle set. Yep, Notch's brother has probably acquired some at this point. There's a nice Minecraft trident. That's actually my favorite weapon to use in Minecraft because you get it fully upgraded. You can practically fly around the map. It's pretty fun. A little crazy, but pretty fun. Anzip says, I just got the 3-in-1 castle and haunted house. I'm planning on combining them into a Tower of the Serpent Knight. Ooh, that sounds like a fun combo. I like that idea. Yeah, the haunted house was another one that I was interested in just because good selection of figures, pretty reasonable price. You never can go wrong with sand green. I was thinking of getting it for the sand green pieces to build castles with because sand green would look great. So, yeah, might end up doing that. We'll see. After all those conventions, I got a little bit of spending money in my pocket I could use if I want to, so I could afford to get these sets now. Okay, thanks, Notch. I'm gonna have to check it out. Yeah. Oh no, he is here. The smell increases and the coolness decreases. Oh no, Malister was just waiting for Grumpy to drop that burn. Oh my goodness, they're the greatest of rivals. I think the blue coat red coat thing has made it worse, frankly. But they're still good. They're both mods, so yeah. They'll keep each other in line. VLC is here. Good to see you, VLC. Hope you're doing well. We love Snape too. Yeah, Snape is. If you've seen Harry Potter movies, I haven't read the books, but I'm guessing if you've read the books, you'll like him even more. That's how it works most of the time. But yeah, Snape is a great character. Ooh, comments piling in. Okay, our pro sports were on in the weekend against the Springboks. I have no idea what that is, Tim. Is that like rugby? Because I think they do rugby over down under where you are. It's kind of like football. A little different. Probably started out the same, but has evolved differently. Malsar just ordered the red coat shirt from Brick Monarch. There you go. My Orc Forge and Wolfpack Fort are almost done. Ooh, nice, Grumpy. I know you were working on both of those quite a bit. I bet it will be taxed somehow, like the Redcoats are wont to do. Yeah, the Redcoats were known for taxing things. That's true. I remember that. History lesson. Well, how did I miss that castle? Those figs are beautiful. Yeah, Michael, if you're... I know you like castles. I'm surprised you haven't seen that. Yeah, that's probably the best set released in August this year. Really good. I have yet to get it. I at least know of it. I knew of it as soon as they rumored pictures of it, but... I just need to go out and acquire one. I think I might actually buy one online after the stream because why wait? It'll be a decent deal online, I think. If I get enough of stuff from Lego.com, usually it's free shipping too. That'd be good. Don't want to pay shipping. That way it's cheaper than driving all the way an hour plus north to go to the Lego store on the north side of Atlanta for me. So that might work out. That might be the play. Gross Urban Custom says, I only wanted one for each double-headed figure in the D&D CMF line, and 5 extra Dragon Paladins, and one for my sig fig, which you can see if you look closely on the left with my profile picture. Yeah, there's a castle minifigure there. It looks great, Cross. Well, part of it's castle. Oh, it's Meeker. Me. I'm going to save him out. I normally take figures apart, but his pieces are practically useless for anything but him, so we're going to put him with the other complete minifigures over there I'm saving. Mostly Star Wars, CMFs, figures that are cool and not worth separating in my opinion. Most of the other ones will be taken apart. Well, that's wrong bin. There we go. One case where I'm not going to take something apart. Haunted House is awesome. Yeah, Haunted House is great. Great set. I'm tempted to buy one. We'll see. If it looks good in my shopping cart, you never know. Hey, speaking of Griffin Knights, there's the first of 2 that'll get parted out and put in the pieces to use for future castle builds. I'm guessing that shield will hopefully be able to track, easy enough to track down with all the other shield pieces. So hopefully I don't have to dig too far to find it. It is a unique shape, so it should be pretty quick. Yeah, nice pieces. Hopefully they do one day come out with that on the bestsellers list for Pick-a-Brick on Lego.com. That'd be very useful. I don't think they've done it yet. I feel like people would have told me if they did. I wish there was more nougat parts, but I just want to build a desert castle, but the tans aren't enough color for me. I hear you, Lucas. The nougat and tan can be a little tricky to track down in large numbers, so I know what that's like. I have overcome that obstacle myself with tan, but nougat, I still feel you on that one. The books are very different from the movies. That's what I've heard as Fam Studios. I need to read them at some point. Hello, this gives me PTSD from when I bought Mock Builder's huge collection. His figures were the exact same way, and putting them back together took 3 months. 3 months! I am so sorry, UFOs. That is, that's awful. I'm sorry to hear that. I do this because I do a lot of mock building. Well, when I'm not doing conventions, I do mock building. And I use all these pieces to make my custom minifigures. Custom castle minifigures. Did a bunch of custom samurai minifigures I'm taking apart right now. So I will want all these torsos, arms, and legs accessible versus having to disassemble each figure to access certain pieces. So for me it works well, but I can understand that being a real pain if you were to get into that and want them all complete. Or maybe to resell. I could see that being a huge bit of work. So I feel you. Blue coats are French. That's, yeah, I mean, that's possible. Depends on your interpretation of the classic Lego pieces. So. I'm not huge into Harry Potter, but Snape seems like one of the most complicated characters, and of course, the best actor. He is a good one. What's the actor's name now? I know his name. Alan Rickman? Rest in peace. But yeah, he did a great job in all those movies. Yeah, there's another of those great castle figures I was able to buy. Just the armor and the helmet alone are very valuable now, so glad I was able to acquire a few more of these. I wanted to use some more Crown Knights. It's one of my favorite castle factions, so we'll do some more at some point. Hey, we were talking about Kai earlier. There's most of Kai, and we'll be putting his pieces in the bin because that's where I want to be able to use them next. So the Haunted House comes with 47 1x2 and 11 1x4 sand green masonry bricks. Yeah, for that alone, it's probably worth collecting at some point. So against South Africa. Wow, South Africa. That's another place that will play sports that are also found on New Zealand, former British colonies and all that. Got a couple of skeletons here. One complete and one missing his legs. That's a common problem among my skeletons. Put those over there. Take apart this Forester. A lot of Forester minifigure parts in here. That'll be very useful. Wolfpack Forge. Does it have a wolf statue head? That poor lava? I made a Dragonborn Paladin Forge and built a dragon head that makes it look like it's pouring lava in the forge station. That sounds awesome, Mighty Raptor. I made a Dwarven Forge not too long ago that has a similar feature. It's not pouring anything, but there's like a oven forge area in the inside that's pretty cool. So, yeah. Grumpy's been working on multiple forge type things the past few weeks, and should be able to finish those up soon. Here's another one of those Crown Knight figures there. Another astronaut. Take that there. It's going pretty good. What are we doing on time? 4:46? Doing good on time. That's good. Want to get some progress done. Wait, are those Griffin Knights from 2? They're the same sets, or am I massively out of the castle? Michael, good grief! We need to catch you up. So those Griffin Knights, there should be one more here. Oh, and the Kraken Knights. Let me show you this, Michael. This is gonna blow your mind. So the Kraken Knight has some really cool pieces, kind of a raiding-looking Viking almost look to him. And these are from the minifigure vending machine set, which is like a big Lego Ideas set. And I think that's the only place you can access them right now. But eventually, hopefully, they release them in the Lego Pick-a-Brick on Lego.com for people. Because you only get a few in a relatively expensive set. So it was kind of annoying to have to buy that just for 4 castle minifigures that you wanted. Who's going to the Orlando show in October? I probably will be. It's like 90% sure I will be. Just need to hear back from the organizers to make sure they that they're on board with me being there. So, but yeah, I should be there. We've talked about it. Just need to, confirm via email. So, looking forward to that. The Griffin and Kraken parts should come to Pick-a-Brick in October. Oh man, that'd be awesome. I will try and get some. I know, because they're phenomenal pieces. Be great to build some castle stuff with that. New castle parts should come out in October or November on Pick-a-Brick. Usually takes 4 or so months to happen. Good to know, Lucas. Several people in the know on that. So, okay, well, thank God I'm going to get a better job soon. So many castle figs to get. Yeah, you'll need some extra funds available if you want to acquire all these figures in numbers, Michael. There's a fun little, I think this is a Friends scooter piece. That's fun. I like that. Where do I put this? I guess in utensils? The bicycles are in there, so that makes sense. There's a custom Brick Warriors axe piece with the sparkly orange pattern. Very nice. And this was one of my custom astronaut minifigures. Let's see if I can move it the right way. So I had this big back gear for him, which I'm going to take apart. Those are like robot legs that could be separated here. And this guy could be taken apart. Because I'm not doing the astronauts like I was before. So there you go. Save those pieces out. Next time I need some helmets and stuff. What does this go in? Neck gear, I guess? Yeah, that's a big piece though. That would work well for M-Tron or Blacktron, I think. Minifig Nick is here. Good to see you, Minifig Nick. Hi all, just got back from displaying at a show myself today. Not long unpacked and chilling with a couple of beers. Sounds good, Minifig Nick. Sounds like a nice way to spend a Sunday. So. Anzem says, whether standard Pick-a-Brick will be available again in North America by then is anybody's guess. Good point. Yeah, that was some of the big Lego news that occurred this last week. I think, or was it the week before? It was not too long ago when they basically shut down all the European Pick-a-Brick from going to United States buyers, and I think vice versa. So yeah, kind of a weird situation we're in now, but yeah, it sucks if you want those certain pieces, but we still have at least some pieces available in the United States that are cheaper to get. So. When I get a bulk lot and find minifigure parts, I scan them and try to put them back together. There you go, Tim. It's a good way to do it. Where am I on comments? Yeah, I know, but he did it with everything. Star Wars CMF, everything. Oh no! UFOs, that's unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, it sounds like you already got it done, so congratulations on your hard work. But yeah, that's tough. Kai! Andrew Riley says, my daughter has lots of Harry Potter. The one I always end up nicking parts from is Dumbledore. Oh yeah, Dumbledore's a cool figure. Looks kind of wizardy. So, just before the stream started, I purchased an order from Clone Army Customs, his Swarm Squad pack with the white print yellow macros and a yellow commando antenna. Nice. Very cool, Crossover Customs. Some great clone parts acquired for the collection. I see an M-Tron figure. Yes, there was an M-Tron figure in there. Here's another one. There you go. From the M-Tron build, which got disassembled. So they will also be probably disassembled. Maybe I'll save this one to put in my M-Tron, classic M-Tron stuff. We'll see. It would be easy to just rebuild them too, so I might not worry about it. We're not going to worry about it. Yeah, I will be building M-Tron again, probably not too far distant future, but yeah. No, it's totally out of topic. Hey, it's okay, Cross. You can chat about whatever you want. Lego clones are still on topic. I don't think I'll be sorting any today because I don't have a lot of clones that are to be unsorted. They're all in a bag over there. But no, that's okay, Cross. That's fine. We were talking about sports. We were talking about Lego news and shipping problems, and yeah, no, it's good. Lucas says, I just got another parts order coming in maybe Wednesday for my castle. The new MTT from Star Wars. At this rate, my castle will be done by the new year, hopefully. Hey, there you go, Lucas. I've seen some of your castles before. They're very nice. So. On the mock review series a couple weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken. So. There you go. Just a good yeah. Tim's got that laser vision there. That was a pretty good spot from across the camera there. So. Anyone have tips from when the mock you're building gets so tall you have to stand to reach it? Get a step ladder, Michael? I don't know. Yeah, it's on the ground already, right? You've already got it's already 5-6 feet tall, or I should say 2 meters tall. Yeah, that's tough when that happens. There's not too much you can do other than get a stepladder and reach. Get some of that arm cardio workout going. James McGee says, I've been making minifigures of the characters from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. That's funny, James. I would love to see that at some point. That is something you don't see built in Lego a lot. I think because it is a little tricky. Maybe there's been some custom minifigures. I imagine I've seen some of those at some point. My memory is not quite what it used to be, though. You know how it is. Where am I putting that plume? I guess I'll put it right there. This one can go right there. There you go. Ooh, this is a Thestral, if I'm not mistaken. The kind of scary-looking horses from Harry Potter, which you can only see if you've seen somebody perish in front of you. So, kind of spooky vibe to them. Here we go. Castle weapons and shields. Ooh, another octopus. This time it's got those glowing neon yellow eyes. Interesting. Chair doesn't reach. Yeah, I might have to just build just sections at a time to slot in. At 6'6", never thought I'd have this problem. Yeah, that is a problem, Michael. That's crazy. So, 4 base plates wide for the orcs so far. Wow. 4 base plates of orcs. What a horrible concept for the dwarves and elves and humans. That's they're shaking in their boots, I'm sure. Jacob Kaiser is here. Good to see you, Jacob. Evening, lads. Yes, we are just sorting some minifigure parts. Nothing too intense tonight. Just catching up on some things. Does scissors go in weapons or utensils? There we go. Yeah, nothing too crazy. Just getting some minifigures dealt with. Already pretty much gone through this bin, though. It's going pretty well. So nothing. Some good progress so far. I'm pretty happy with that. Thankfully, I think it's slightly quicker process because the pieces are all relatively similar sizes. So yeah, 5'7", the struggle is real when building tall. Yeah, you'd have to be building, like, if you're even average height human, if you're building taller than average height human, that's a big mock. So that's very impressive. So I was really upset by the pick-a-brick shutdown. I was just about to order the new black and brown dual molded legs for my Wolfpack army. Oh no, Anthem. I'm sorry to hear that. Maybe there's another color you can get for now or something, improvise. But yeah, that would have looked really good. Lego stop animation Life of Brian, please. That would be pretty funny. I always find it interesting when people remake an entire movie out of Lego. That takes a lot of commitment. I've seen it happen a couple times. So, let's see here. Here's a really elaborate Lord of the Rings headgear with the like furry parka hat. Very interesting. Put that in headgear, I suppose. There you go. T Valkyrie, member for 17 months. Congratulations, T Valkyrie. And I saw Grumpy Jay's update earlier for 18 months, so that's a lot of months. Thank you guys for supporting me for so long. I appreciate it. Some of my best fans and friends on the stream today. Appreciate you guys. In my world, Wolfpack and Orcs have an alliance. That tracks, Grumpy Jay. I think that seems like logical sense to me. Kind of depends on how you want to arrange your own personal castle world. That's probably the most fun of any castle experience, is to create the world in your mind, how you want the alliances and the politics and factions to go. So, pretty fun. Enzum says, Grumpy Jay, I'm planning a team up between the Wolfpacks and the Krakens. That also seems like a perfect match as well. Those two factions seem very similar. They seem sort of chaotic, evil. They like to raid and pillage kind of vibe. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Thank you, Mark. This mock turned out way too big. It was supposed to be quick and easy, not a 3-year thing. Oh my gosh, Michael. 3 years. That's crazy. Yeah, that wasn't quick, was it? I'm so sorry to hear that. Hey, it'll be awesome when it's done, I'm sure. If you put that much work into anything, it'll be insane. So, I'm 5'7". It needed a ladder for my tower. Yes, Tim's tower is really tall. If you've seen the videos on his YouTube channel, that's a very impressive build. So, what's the tallest thing I've ever made? Steven has always gone for the height when it comes to our castles. I usually go for sheer volume. I don't usually get too tall. Tallest thing I've ever made. Technically, it was probably the big tree guy in Lego Masters. Probably, because that was a little over 4 feet tall. I don't usually build tall. Maybe I should build a tall castle just because I've never done it before. That sounds like an interesting challenge. Or just help Steven with his next tall one. Yeah, I'm a friend, says Grumpy. Friends are good. Friends are the best. Yep, Grumpy's got me beat. Just by a little bit, T-Valkyrie. There's not too many other people who have a membership as long as you, though. So Grumpy is probably the only one who has a little bit more time in the membership than you do. 3 years? Yeah, yep. Mocks take a long time, sometimes Cross. Hey, speaking of Cross, there's a, Senate Guard. I think it's Senate Guard. Coruscant Guard. Clone Trooper helmet, really nice. Pretty cool. I'll put that with the Star Wars figures over there. Because I separate those out separately. Talk about your big bank mock, Michael? Yeah, that's probably that one that we're discussing here. For me, the leader of the wolf pack is the younger brother of the new serpents. Interesting. That also seems very logical. I am the politician in the Grump Nation. Exactly. I can't imagine those tall builds like the New Hashima. I'm 6 feet and can't believe they don't trip over. Yeah, so those New Hashima is like its own category of big building. They do a really good job with all those. And they get super tall. So, I'm sure there's potentially been taller at LEGO conventions, but not many. Not many have been bigger or taller than New... There's never been a mock as big as the biggest of New Hashimas, if I'm not mistaken. The amount of pieces and volume, I would be surprised. But height, maybe they might have been beat. I've seen some really tall Technic cranes at some conventions. Those were extremely impressive, so maybe there's been some taller ones. But yeah, very impressive. Shock Trooper, that's what it's called. Thank you. And so I'm probably getting Cross all mad about that. And from AV Figures, I got their ball jointed plain black headpieces. Interesting. Or Morgan. Yeah, Morgan. Is it Morgan or Grumpy who's been a member the longest? It's one of the two, and you're number 3, if I'm not mistaken, T-Valkyrie. So, very, very much appreciated. There we go. Ooh, these transparent opalescent dragon wings. Super cool piece. I wonder if I'll ever figure out a use for them, though. Interesting. What did you think of our Hamilton Brick Show video, Mark? So, Tim, I didn't get around to that. If I'm going to be honest, I haven't watched it yet, but I will check it out soon. You were telling me about that event for a while leading up to it, so I need to check it out. Hopefully it was a good event. Hopefully a lot of people showed up. But I will check it out at some point for sure. Coruscant Guard / Shock Trooper. Yes, thank you, Cross. That's the guy. That's the one. Oh, look, we got the extra long Avatar legs and arms there. I like the arms. We'll put that in these as well. And the kind of weird looking head pieces. Look at that. Very unusual. I think that's kind of what they had to do, though. The golden Ninjago dragon piece. Super neat. That'd make like the great figurehead on a ship, I think. That's a super cool piece. That's going to go in the small animals, since it could be alive, I guess. Right? I like city, but trying to like other themes. There you go, Tim. Liking other themes is a good idea. There's a lot of variety that can be experienced. There's a Fabuland bike right there. That's a weird piece. Look at that. The gray tires, gray plastic. Very weird. Got a couple Fabuland figures in the small animal bin, but I think I'm going to put this with utensils and other more generic accessories there, just so that it's easier to find. Because I put all the other like motorcycles and things of that nature in there already. So here we go. Ooh, we got a skeleton horse. This was actually originally used to create like a flying Thestral, if I'm not mistaken, in Harry Potter. And then they ended up making its own mold for it in the more modern sets. But yeah, or this was also used in the castle sets as this just a black skeleton horse for the skeleton knights. So useful piece for sure. I kind of want to lean into that the bad guy side of Lego Castle for a little bit for some of these upcoming creations. We'll see. There we go. Take apart another knight here. Is there a way to tell how long you've been a member for? Well, the color of the brick usually has some indication. You've been a member for a while, Michael, based on the purple brick. But I need to double check because it's been a while and I'm not sure exactly the order in which it happens. I know it goes up to a couple years. So some people have gotten almost to 2 years now. So we'll see some bricks change color a little bit, I think. I think Morgan's been a member for 12 hours longer than I. That would make sense. Morgan's pretty quick with the membership sometimes. So. Swap that sentence around, James, and I agree. Hold on, let's see what James say. Friends are important because without them, they wouldn't have mini dolls. Mini dolls are important because without them, we wouldn't have friends. Oh, interesting, interesting. Either way you read that, I think I agree. I guess. I like both friends and mini dolls. Although I don't use mini dolls that often. I typically stick to the minifigures, but I like the Elves mini dolls, for example. Those are some phenomenal pieces through those. I need to acquire more Elves minifigures one day. I've got I know a vendor at some of the conventions that I go to, and they were working on completing some Elves sets, and I said, hey, let me know, I'll buy them. I like those Elves sets. So eventually I'm hoping to acquire some more. I'll let you know how that goes. There's a Belleville stethoscope. So a very weird piece. You know, not be... I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people have thrown this piece away because they didn't see it as Lego, but it certainly is. Very weird. Another terrible, weird piece is this Nexo Knights sword. Gigantic power sword, probably used by, what's the main character's name? Axel? No, Clayton? Sir Clay? What's his name? I can't remember the Nexo Knights anymore. But yeah, that sword is actually, it's actually kind of cool looking, not gonna lie. It's alright. Oh, that helmet went in the wrong place. There we go. I got distracted talking about Nexo Knights. You could use the dragon tail piece as a weird axe, maybe, Mark. Ooh, that would be weird. That's a possibility. There's a lot of NPU that is left unaccounted for out there. So nice parts usage. So. Ooh, another skeleton horse. This time it's the white one. Very useful. I think my favorite color for skeleton horse is glow in the dark. I'm not sure if I even have a glow in the dark one. I should acquire one at some point if I don't have one. After I sort all the minifigure pieces, I'll know whether or not I have one. So. The horse I got in white glow in the dark of monster theme. Yeah, the Monster Fighters theme is where that came from. Tim, it's a great piece. Haven't had the numbers yet, but I'm guessing about 7,000 people through the doors of the 2 days. That's really good, Tim. That's awesome. That sounds like a great convention. Ooh, another Kai. I think this is a more modern version of Kai right there. Interesting. So 2 Kai minifigures, technically. And we're getting towards the bottom of this bin here. I'm very pleased with that. What's the time like? 5:05? So we're about an hour into the stream at this point. I wanted to go for 2 hours if possible. I still feel pretty good. Might have to stop for some Gatorade here in a second, but doing good. Doing good. Made some significant progress already. Press the C Perks button at the top right side of the page. There you go. I'm on 6 months, says Cross. There you go, Cross. Just got the Elves hair pieces. Yeah, Ansel, they're really... I think they're pretty cool. Maybe they're not everyone's cup of tea, but I like them a lot. I want to acquire more of them one day. Klein Brick says here, I think I've thrown away one of those Bevel stethoscopes. Oh no, Klein Bricks. Well, I don't blame you. I think that's a very understandable mistake. I think a lot of Belleville pieces and probably Scala pieces, weird pieces like that have been tossed, and that's probably why they're harder to find sometimes nowadays. But now you know, next time you see it, you'll be fine. Well, count me in for the final brick color eventually. I may be broke at the moment, but hopefully never be that broke that I gotta cancel. Yeah, if you gotta cancel the 99 cents, I understand, but hopefully it's so minimal price that it won't be too much of a bother for you, Michael. But yeah, hope you get that new job you were talking about soon. I know what it's like to be be between things and have to be a little bit more budget conscious sometimes, and that's okay. Life happens sometimes. I got the boat mark complete, but missing the figs. Ooh, interesting. Missing figs, though. No, Nexo Knights parts are not weird. The character is Clay. Well, Clay, that's the guy. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. Mark, if you delve into the dark side of Lego Castle, would you become Cram the Upless? Exactly. That would be me. Cram is my name backwards, and I have used that before in stories and fun little things before, so... Yeah, if I was an evil wizard in Castle, I would be Cram. Cram the Upless. Love the glow-in-the-dark skeleton horses, Steve Walker. Yes, that's a really cool piece. Very fun. Andrew Riley says, I updated my Black Falcons recently, and some of the black shoulder armors looked great, especially with the capes. Menacing, just need a few maces now. Interesting, Andrew. Yeah, castle army building is a lot of fun. I've enjoyed that immensely over the years. Might have to build some more castle stuff. More castle armies. That was one of my better performing videos, too, when I did a video about building a castle army, so... I have to build some more castle armies. I could do some Black Falcons. You were just talking about Black Falcons, Andrew. That would be fun. I've got enough Black Falcon pieces to make a nice little squad. So. Clay is blue, Macy's red, Axel is yellow, Aaron is green. I know Aaron. I'll never forget Aaron for some reason. But thank you for that information on the other ones, though, Grumpy. I don't know. And Cross also dropping the information for us, too. Now we know. Lance is white. Kai! Yes, glad to see other people can appreciate Nexo Knights. Unfortunately, yes. Unfortunately. I'm sad people can appreciate Nexo Knights, but I'm glad you're happy, Lucas. It's funny, Lucas, you like regular Castle, so it's very unusual to find someone who likes regular Castle and also likes Nexo Knights. That's a very rare combination in my experience. Maybe I just haven't met enough Castle fans that like Nexo Knights, but yeah. Interesting. There's a Barracuda guy from Atlantis. That's quite the underbite. That's great. We'll disassemble this one because we might need the pieces for other things, but a very interesting minifigure for sure. We'll put that in the headgear right there. Yeah, we are closing in on this bin of pieces. We've got a lot more to go through behind me if we run out, but going through this bin would be a huge success for this stream. So, excited about that. Very good. I just used the Nida hairpiece, or I think it's Nida, hairpiece to make a mage for the Horse Knight faction. Ooh, yeah, that'd be perfect. Yeah, the hair pieces for elves fit normal minifigures, and therefore are super useful if you want to get some really colorful customizations going. So. Thanks, Mark. Just need to pass the swim exam on Thursday, and then the new job is in the bank, hopefully. Trying to be a firefighter, so lots of exams. Swimming exam for a firefighter. Wow, that's an interesting one. But I guess it makes sense. Interesting. But yeah, hope you get that firefighter position, Michael. That sounds pretty fun. Yeah, it's kind of tricky to become a firefighter here in the U.S. There's basically a long list of people who wish they could be a firefighter, and therefore it's less accessible than some other jobs. But I think it's a good thing though, because that means they can pick the right people for the job, and it's good that it's a desirable position. Unlike things like teachers, for example, who aren't compensated or appreciated enough, in my opinion, and makes it one of those jobs that they always need teachers. So yeah. Cram the helpless. Cram the hapless. I like hapless too. Upless is good, but hapless is even better because that way you would imagine his spells are always going wrong. I might have to make that might have to be a new D&D character to replace my other one if he perishes. Hoping that doesn't happen, but you never know. So always gotta have some backups ready. That'd be pretty funny. I want to get Solitus to make a mage for the Black Falcon army. Ooh, that'd be interesting. Liking Nexo Knights and not liking Castle would be a very concerning behavior. That happens. I think it's mostly space fans who like Nexo Knights and don't really care much for Castle. So that does happen. I know there's some people in my lug that are Nexo Knight fans and like to joke about Nexo Knights being the best and stuff like that. Dana, Chris Giddens, a few others. Fazoom7 on here on YouTube. Old Gray Bricks. Essentially all of them like to make fun of Nexo Knights when I'm around. So, but it's always hilarious when that does happen. There we go. A couple of those Islander plumes going in. Yeah, a lot of torsos and legs. These piles were not here before, so that's quite a bit of pieces sorted as far as basic minifigure elements like that, so that's great. There you go. I love Castle and I love sci-fi. Why wouldn't I like Lego Sci-Fi Castle theme with tech, magic knights, and mech suits? It just feels like a weird combo to me. I don't think they quite nailed it for my taste, Lucas, but I'm glad you like it, though. I'm glad we got a true Nexo Knight fan here, unfortunately. And they fight monsters. Fighting monsters is great. I like that part for sure. That is, the evil minifigures in Nexo Knights were quite impressive for their time. So. I got the Elves boat mark. That was in my previous comment if you want. Complete but no figures. Oh, it's probably not worth our shipping costs to send it over to me, Tim. I'm kind of looking for the minifigures in the sets too. So go ahead and hang on to that one. But thank you though. I appreciate the offer. But yeah, do want to collect some Elves at some point because those are just really, really cool, really fun. Great combinations. I've got a number of the minifigures. I got about half of the main characters. I need to get some of the other ones. One I really want to get is the Goblin King. I thought he was a fun character in the TV series. So, Crosshair Custom says, I'll have to leave at 5:55 p.m. Yeah, we should be wrapping up around just after then, Cross, so no worries. Hopefully you can hang out for a little bit longer. So, no problem. And if you gotta run, you gotta run. There's no pressure to hang out if you got scheduling. Got things to do? Understood. There we go. Yeah, we're closing in on this bin, which is awesome. Okay. Oh, here's that other Griffin Knight. Very nice. A very desirable figure right now. Eventually, hopefully it's more accessible for people, because we all want more of those legs, torsos, and shields. The helmets are great, too. So, very cool. My problem is I like too many themes, so I always gotta pick and choose what to buy and build them. Getting a bit tired of Batman after this 3-year mock. Yeah, if I was building a mock for 3 years, I'd be very tired of it by then, Michael. I usually get fatigued from a theme after about a year. So, yeah. Hopefully that project, you're able to finish it up and move on to other fun things. Never Too Old for Lego. Good to see you, Never Too Old for Lego. Hope you're doing well. What's up, buddy? Not too much. It's a nice, lazy Sunday evening. We are working on some minifigure sorting, getting some cool minifigure pieces put where they need to go for future projects. Already got through a large, well, I say large, a full bin of minifigures here. And we're still got roughly an hour, a little less than an hour to go in our scheduled time. But yeah, so it's going well, but good to see you. And for those who have arrived, those who have been watching, don't forget to like the video. It helps a lot with the algorithm, so please feel free to like the video. And if you haven't already subscribed, it helps the channel a bunch when people subscribe for sure. Hopefully some more fun videos coming out. Now that I'm back from all the conventions, we'll be able to work on some projects. Already started working on Spirius, so the build has begun, and it's going a little bit slowly because I've been kind of recovering my energy after so many conventions, but we should be getting that done in the next couple weeks and have a big video out for everyone to watch soon. So keep an eye out for that. And Wayne's Bible Bites, welcome to Knights of Elves. Well, thank you for joining, Wayne. Appreciate you. Hope you are enjoying the channel and all the stuff that we're doing. We've got a number of behind-the-scenes posts on for the members you can check out. There's also a couple members-only videos that you can see, too, about various subjects, updates, things like that that are a little bit more close to home than the public videos. So, hope you enjoy that. So, Rio Bricks, good to see you, Rio Bricks. Thanks for tuning in. You just keep all your figs in a figure bin? That's so when I'm sorting my regular pieces, the bulk brick, I pull aside all the minifigure related stuff and put it in a bin. here is one of those bins. And you can see it's just a ton of minifigure stuff in here. And this I like to sort down even more so that it has, you've got torsos, you've got legs. If the arms are already separated, I'll put them in here. If the hands are already separated, put them in there. You've got helmets for warriors, so like castle helmets, space helmets. You got headgear for other things like helmets, hats, hair goes over here, heads over here, shields, armor pieces, food, utensils, animals. All these different categories, I try and sort it out as much as possible, and that way it makes it quicker when I'm trying to build minifigures. So, but yeah, not quite just all in a big bin. That'd be a little too simple. But yeah, they do go in a bin for a while until I'm able to sort the minifigure parts, is what we're doing today. So, made some good progress already. I'm very pleased with what has been accomplished so far. So, what is your favorite Ninjago minifigure? Oh, that's a good question, SFM Studios. They've made some really good ones the past few years and months. Best Ninjago minifigure. I think it's still got to be the Gold Ninja minifigure. When that came out, that was really special. The Golden Lloyd Ninjago minifigure. That one was good. I also like the Titanium Zane minifigure. Was it Zane? I think it was Titanium Zane. Yeah. When he was all silver. Like the normal Ninjago pieces, but in silver, was really cool too. So, a couple of my favorites, I think. I have not acquired either of those. I need to buy them at some point. I don't think they're outrageously expensive, but I still feel like they're in the $20, $30 range if you want a nice one. Maybe they're more than that now and I'm just out of touch, but yeah. Very cool figures. Some of my favorites. Great question again. SFAM Studios with the good questions. Tara Ender says, been a little while since I could make it to a stream. How are you doing, Mark? Doing well, Tara Ender. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, it is. It's been a while since I streamed because I was gone for pretty much the entire month of August at various conventions, events. I think I had one free weekend where I was back and I think I did a building stream or a sorting stream. But yeah, so it's been a couple weeks. We're finally back to working on videos now for September at least. And unfortunately, as soon as October hits, I've got 2 more conventions early in October. But after that, again, I'll be free till the end of the year, hopefully. So, more conventions. I'm annoyed that I have to stop doing videos when I go to conventions because it just takes so much time and effort. But they're also really important because it's very good to go and display. I get compensated to go to these conventions, so it's good for my finances. So yeah, I can't say no to them. Even though sometimes I'd rather be at home, sorting my Lego, getting stuff done, but there's still a lot of fun. I've never regretted going to a Lego convention, put it that way. So there's a big gold Belleville crown. That's probably going to get sorted out separately because it's chrome, and I don't want it to get too scuffed, but super cool piece. Yeah, this is never happening again. You're going to do a series of Jurassic Park builds next. Jurassic Park would be a great theme, Michael. I've seen a couple of good ones here and there. What was his name? There was a couple of good German builders who did it a number of years ago. There's some big, impressive builds there. But yeah, I never get tired of seeing those. So Lucas says, gotta go make some food. Maybe I'll catch you later. Take care, Lucas. Go enjoy your food. Get yourself some dinner. We'll see you around. Never Too Old for Lego says, I pulled the trigger on a Soundwave, and I'm going to do the full build on my birthday for the 13th. Nice. Never Too Old for Lego. That sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah, the Transformers, I hope they keep doing that. They could keep making Lego Transformers for a while if they wanted to. Hopefully they are selling well and people are able to keep buying those. So there you go. We are getting down to the last few figures here. Almost there. I like the Kingdom Knights. Kingdom Knights are my favorite as well, but I'm trying to collect a few more of the fantasy era Knights from this chess set, actually. I don't know if I want to get that done right now. I'm busy sorting, but yeah, some of my favorites for sure. All those slightly earlier castle themes were great. The kind of in-between years, those are what I grew up with. So. Knights Kingdom 2 was fun, too. Man, a 3-year build would be crazy. The only way I could do that would be have a huge castle mock. Yeah, huge castle mock, I've seen some people go nuts on. My friend Rich, who actually lives down the road, he is building this gigantic, huge castle he's been working on for a number of years. Go look him up, Intense Bricks, on Instagram if you haven't seen him already. But yeah, Rich is doing some great work there. So. He's starting a new castle for Atlanta BrickCon with sand blue as the primary color, which should be pretty special. Oh wow, yeah, that's a lot of minifigure parts. Yeah, it's quite a bit. It's that's what's one of 2 bins, and needed to get that done because I've actually caught up enough on the bulk brick. We've been very diligent about that over the past summer, essentially, and so we're moving to minifigures for a while because they were getting overflowing. I was having trouble filling the bins even more than they already are, so we're back to minifigure sorting. Since all of my figure parts are mostly cast, I'll just have different tackle box style sorters for each type. So one for torsos, one for legs, one for heads, and then sorted by type within there. That sounds pretty straightforward, Rio Bricks. I like your system. Yeah, this is basically just a slightly larger version of that, I suppose, because I mix all the themes together, and then you have like the type of theme. So torsos, legs, helmets, that sort of thing. So here we go. Put the spear there. Shield. There we go. Alright, and that bin is done. So we're good to go with that bin. We still have a good chunk of time to stream though, so we'll get out the backup bin here. Now, this small bin of minifigure parts here is probably going to take a lot longer because they're all separated. They're not complete minifigures. And it'll still go well, I think. It won't be difficult to discern where these pieces go, but it's just smaller, more dense, so it'll take its time. And that's kind of the point. This is to finish off the rest of the stream. We'll do it that way. There's a shout out to brickfair.com right there. If you ever go to Brick Fair, it's a lot of fun. Wayne's Bible Bite says, "Sweet, thank you for the info you just mentioned. As a side note, I sent you an email regarding my mock castle I'm building a couple weeks ago. Hopefully it makes your cut for the mock review." Yes, it should definitely make the cut, Wayne. Haven't had to say no to any Lego builds so far. However, I'm a few weeks behind because I was gone for so long. But hopefully we can catch up and get to your castle at some point. Because, yeah, that series has been a lot of fun. So, but yeah, I would say give it a couple weeks because I've been gone for a couple weeks. I was catching up before I went on all these conventions for the past 3 weeks, but now it's, yeah, unfortunately, I've lost track again. My momentum was lost, but it was good. The conventions were a lot of fun. Did a live stream from the Tampa one. That was pretty good. Grumpy J was kind enough to join me for that. The audio got a little bit wonky, and I think it's because there was too much static electricity generated by my shorts. So that's my theory, but hard to figure out exactly what went wrong with the audio, getting a little staticky. So there's a couple brick separators. I will set those aside next time I need one. There we go. Ooh, there's a weird squid person head from D&D. The Mind Flayer, I think he's called. Very unique. Very fun. I gotta keep up with the comments. There are lots of comments happening here. Hold on. SFAM Studios dropping all the emojis. Thank you, SFAM Studios. Love to see it. Oh, cool. Sounds like there was some busy-ish at the same time. It just makes... and things just worked out. Yeah, busy and just working out is my middle name these days. I'm gonna have to try to make to a Lego convention, man. I think it would be starstruck meeting the Beyond the Brick guys, though. Been watching them since they started when I was just 10 years old. Wow. Yeah, Beyond the Brick has been going for a long time, and it's always cool to see them. They're usually pretty friendly to people if you come up and say hi. I know that they are usually working very, very hard at conventions, so they don't usually stop and chat for long. But yeah, they're great guys. I've had the opportunity to hang out with them for a little bit in the past. I normally don't have much time to chill with them these days because they're working, I'm working, but yeah, good guys. I'll do a video of the Auckland Brick Show coming up soon this month. I'd love to see it, Tim. I still need to watch the one from the recent one that you posted. So, which are your favorite D&D figures for parts beyond the Dragonborn and the Witch? Oh, it's got to be the little halfling druid figure because he's got the dark green and olive green and the hood and the antlers and the So I love those pieces. I love those colors. So it's got to be my favorite. But yeah, the entire D&D range is awesome. And it just was... It surpassed all of my expectations. I'm so glad I ordered an entire box of them versus just a couple of them. So yeah, super good, super amazing series. If only we can get a few more like it, because I would buy them. I would immediately buy them. They're phenomenal. So. Wait, you live near him? That's sick. He was one of my biggest inspirations getting into Lego Castle. My goal is to have a similarly huge medieval village. Yeah, Rich has got the biggest collection of anyone I know as far as castle. And yeah, he is probably 3 to 5 miles away. So I would say like a 10-minute drive max. So yeah, he's close. And we hang out every now and then. It's fun. So we're in the same Lego users group. So Intense Bricks. Shout out to Intense Bricks. So. We're trying to get it so that we do a castle collab. I'll actually tell this for anyone who's attending Atlanta BrickCon, the Lego show in Atlanta in February. If anyone's able to make it to that, join the Peach Slug official server. I don't have a link here, but just message me on Instagram about it, because we want to get people participating in our Lego Castle collab, which should be a lot of fun. So we're trying to get our lug to do it as a group, so it should be fun. At least some of our lug members. So started posting information about that in Peach Lug. Already got some South Carolina people interested in joining too. So should be a good time. Living in the UK, there's at least one Lego convention each month. I do think we are spoiled for choice. Hey, spoiled for choice is good, Wayne. That's how you want it to be. I think having too many Lego conventions versus not enough is too many is better than not enough. We'll put it that way. Yeah, for a while we did not have a lot of Lego conventions around where I live in the United States in the southeast near Georgia, but now we have several, and so that's great. We have like 3-ish per year in Georgia, so it's very good. So, did you see on YouTube about the Hogwarts Castle for over 300 or 30,000 pieces? Yeah, I've seen some big Hogwarts castles before. This one guy, it's either in Croatia or Serbia. I follow him on Instagram. I don't know exactly which country he's in, but he has probably the most impressive Hogwarts castle I've ever seen. Super cool. I am never going to try to build the biggest Hogwarts castle because of people like that. Food acquired, I've returned. Hey, Lucas, good to see you. VLC says, any thoughts on the new $1,000 UCS Death Star? It is one of the sets of all time, VLC. I am not a big fan of it, honestly. I'm not a Star Wars collector. I think that a lot of Star Wars sets, unfortunately, are a little overpriced these days. They could be cheaper because they have other licensed themes where they're able to lower the price. So I think that there's some fault at Lego for that. There's some fault at Disney for that, Disney and Lucasfilm. So I think that the price is a little high. I think that they should have aimed for the $800 mark if it were me. I think that the scale is really big. It's huge. It's one of the bigger UCS sets you can buy. At the same time, I think that a lot of that volume is accomplishing rooms which are not essential. So it's more accurate to the layout of the Death Star than it should be. It has a number of rooms in the middle that are basically hallways or like an elevator shaft. And it's like, that's useless space in the middle of your thing. You should have the throne room right in the middle. You should have this over there, and you should have been more careful how they arrange the rooms. They should have had a rounded back. I'm sorry. It should have been round on the back. Having it flat and multicolored, not even plain gray, doesn't look good. So I could rant about this for longer, but I was never the target audience because I only have a handful of Star Wars sets, and I don't regularly buy Star Wars sets. So, yeah, it wasn't meant for me, but I'm not a fan of a number of the choices made, and think that they could have done a lot better with less parts, less space, and less money, and made it more convincing of a set. So, hopefully that explains the feelings about that VLC. I know that a number of people aren't super thrilled with it. Some people like it and are willing to defend it, and that's great. But yeah, so Lucas also said, I'd only pay $800 at most, and the gift with purchase is abysmal. The gift with purchase is not good. in my opinion, because it's not a very detailed set. It's got too many studs. It looks like a 4 and up set, like a junior set, and that's not a good look for a UCS accompaniment. So yeah, I think they could have done a lot better. I'm a little disappointed. Yeah, I think it'll still sell okay. I don't think it'll sell as well as Lego's hoping, but we'll see. We'll see. It's kind of, you never know, and sometimes so. But yeah, I'm certainly not going to be getting it. I would love to get it just to drop it in the bin, but I'm not willing to spend $1,000 to do that. That is way too expensive for the budget for one funny reel. So, if someone has tons of money lying around and wants to send me one that I can have fun comedically destroying, let me know. But no, it's yeah, it's not for me. Wasn't ever meant for me, and that's okay. So that is all right. He paid me back in bricks. The main build is nice, but overpriced and needs more arm printing, dual molded legs. Yeah, the minifigures should be the best ever made, and some of them are not, and that's too bad. So there's always something to nitpick about. I think just in general there was some not great choices made. So Death Star is $16.99 in New Zealand currency. Golly, Tim, that's not good. That is not a good deal. Yeah, I know in Europe is the cheapest way to get it. It's like I think it's cheaper in euros than it is for or British pounds perhaps. I have to double check. There's one area you can get it that's technically a little cheaper than the United States version, but it's too expensive. It's just a little too much. I already got my exhibitor ticket for the Atlanta show. Hey, there you go, Grumpy. We'll have a good time. Maybe we'll do another stream if I can figure out the audio issues. Maybe with jeans and flannel it'll be less staticky. If we can figure that out, I would be thrilled to do another stream. Will the gift with purchase for the $1,000 Death Star be 2K assorted Alderaan parts? Just a pile of gray and like charred pieces. That'd be hilarious. I don't think so, but that would be very funny if they did. So. Oh my goodness. Where is that gonna go? I think we'll put that in energy effect. That'll make sense. There you go. Yeah, that was a big news item for the LEGO community, and I was kind of just laughing. Feeling sad for the Star Wars fans, and just bewildered by the choices made. A little tragic to see. Let's see, is that... Oh, yeah, no, I gotta get you out. There you go. Minifigure head almost caught in a trash can. Not good. We saved that. Haha, I was scared to mention the Death Star after talking about D&D figures. D&D figures I will praise all day. Death Star, no. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Death Star. I've already said too much about it. I'm glad if you like it, and if you want to buy it, I'm happy for you, but I don't like the choices made. I think I would have done it a lot differently. Plus 2 stormtroopers and a generic TIE pilot. Yeah, they had like, I think it was like 5 or 6 stormtroopers. It wasn't just 2. Yeah, it's flat to be put on a wall or something like that. Yeah, I don't buy it, Lucas. I don't like that decision still. I think it should have been round. If you want to hang it up, that's your choice, but it should sit on the table. Love your passion about it, Mark. Thank you, Andrew. That's a nice way of putting it, right? Yeah. I'm so passionate about it that I have to dunk on it for 10 minutes straight. Hoping we get the Imperial Advisor is a cheaper set down the road. Palpatine's entourage with the characters I've wanted in Lego form for a while. That'd be cool. Yeah, there are some good minifigures in there, but yeah, you know, it's got its problems in my opinion. But the figures overall are good. I loved seeing the beach stormtrooper. Was funny to see for sure. That's a great figure. So there's some good to be found for sure. There's always something nice about it, right? So, I'm not completely gonna hate on it. There's some good things in there too. Mostly bad, but there's a few there's a few things that are worth checking out. There you go. Here you guys talk about gift with purchase and conventions. No pick-a-brick, no conventions, gift with purchase in Iceland. Oh my goodness, Michael. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Iceland is a little isolated out there. Yeah. At least you can take a little comfort from the fact that this gift with purchase for this set is pretty bad, and you probably wouldn't want it anyway, so. I don't think, unless you are really, really excited about that take of the Death Star, you're probably not going to miss it much at all. Well, as predicted, this bin is taking longer to sort than the other one, but still good progress being made. Slow, but good. And we've accomplished plenty at this point, so we're doing good. It's not almost 900 pounds in the UK. Is that the pound symbol, right? I don't know anything about foreign currencies. 500 pounds here in the UK. Yeah, that's pretty expensive. So pretty expensive, but I don't know if that's a better rate than the United States $1,000, or the euro. I think is also about 1,000, roughly, right? Maybe it's a less good deal in euro than it is in dollars. Then I don't know the exchange rates. I'd have to look it up. I feel like you could travel to another country, get a slightly better deal, then have to transport it back. It's 900 UK, but obviously it's all about exchange rates. Yeah, for sure. With the parts I got here, I might attempt to build out of my parts I got. Yeah, so Tim, if you have a lot of gray pieces and you want your own Death Star, it's probably better to just build your own, man. That sounds like the more fun option anyway. If I've seen your tower. You could probably build a good Death Star. That would be fun. What do I do with this string and this crane lift arm? This is a weird piece. Okay, let me show you guys what I'm looking at here. So you got the spool right there, you got the string, and you got a old style hinge brick right there. This must be from some old town or something. I'll put that with the string right there. Think about that one later. Very weird. I'm always down to stream and hang. There we go, Grumpy. We'll see if that works out. I need to double check and test my speakers, not my speakers, my microphones, and see if it works. Because if it's not playing along, we don't want to repeat the process that had audio issues. But if we can fix it, great. Bunch of minifigure heads in here. There we go. Some weird colors too. There you go. Very nice. A dragon plume. Where are those going? Right there. Did you ever hear the tragedy of the Lego Death Stars? The disappointing. Did you ever hear the tragedy of the Lego Death Star? The disappointing. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad I don't want to start/collect Star Wars Lego. Would be super expensive. However, I am collecting the Indiana Jones sets. Nice. Indiana Jones is a fun theme and a very achievable theme. There's a number of sets, but not as many as Star Wars or even like Castle. So it's worth collecting, and it's possible to collect, like reasonably possible. So it's doable. I love that we are starting to get Lego game Easter eggs and sets like the mini kit, the hot tub guy, and the Death Star, and the studs, and the Arkham. Yeah, there's some the video game references are for sure very fun. That's good to see. The mini kit at the back was the one good thing on the back of the Death Star that didn't absolutely get my goat, but yeah. Still flustered me a little bit. There's another pair of those opalescent dragon wings. Super neat. Put that in the neck wear section there. Some minifigure armor. Custom shield. Yeah, there's less complete minifigures happening in here, so it's a little bit less like, ooh, look at this piece, because it's all kind of random stuff. We'll find some good stuff here eventually. There we go. That's a cool torso that has been turned around right there. I think that's a Prince of Persia torso. That's interesting. So we separate the gold hook, and we'll do that in the gold hand. I don't know if I want to separate those arms yet, though. I'll put that in there for now. Here's another. I'm saving out the D&D CMF tiles as well, or stands, I should say, minifigure stands, because I've seen people do nice roofs or paths with them, so it's pretty fun. I might be able to use that for my Spyrius build coming up soon. Couple torsos here. Put those there. Another wing. Lots of Rock Raiders crystals. Lots of these energy crystal size pieces in this bin. Oh, sorry. There we go. So, putting those with other crystal bins right there. Some more hoods. Another Dragonborn. Couple Dragonborn heads. Yeah, they all got separated. I haven't found a use for them yet. Maybe I'll do like golden dragon statues or something. I'm sure there's a lot of people who have a lot of extra golden dragon heads right now. They're probably not that valuable. My favorite Lego theme is Indiana Jones. That's awesome, James. Michael says, Indiana Jones has been done so dirty by Lego recently. One of the themes I really wanted to make mocks from. Yeah, the new sets kind of didn't quite land for some people. I didn't collect a lot of them. I wanted to, but I didn't. And I'm not sure why. So I need to think about that. But yeah, they could have done better for sure. So yeah, I was disappointed by the Temple of Doom cancellation. Yeah, I think a lot of people wanted that set, but it got canceled because it was a little too spooky for like a little too violent, mystical, magical, gruesome is probably a good way to describe it. So they pulled the plug on that one, unfortunately. There's a really cool trans orange dragon from Ninjago. Super cool, a little flame dragon. Awesome piece. Putting that with these small animals over here. Pencils. What am I doing with these guys? That's just transparent pieces. That needs to go over in regular pieces. Another Gungan beast. I got a couple of these Kadoos. What a classic creature. Would probably look good with those little 1x1 tile eye pieces on there too. A little more wolf pack. Ooh, another classic clone trooper helmet there. That's the old school one. Very nice. Put that with Star Wars or helmets. Star Wars. I think because it's a classic one, I know I don't have the rest of the figure. I'll put it right in there. There we go. There's a scarf. Cross says, hey Mark, can I tell Replay Gang to say something if they see my comment before I leave? For sure, Cross. Yeah, you can comment whatever you want. I read pretty much all the comments, so you're good to go. Did you see my 1.8 meter ship, Mark? I'm doing big build mocks. Yeah, a lot of parts, but it's cool to see them come together. I don't know if I've seen that one, Tim. Did you post that one recently? If it was recent, I was gone for about a month and haven't seen as much YouTube as I would like. So I probably have not seen it, but I will have to check out your channel after the stream because you've talked about a couple of things that I need to see. So I like the Temple of the Golden Idol. Lots going for it. Yeah, there was some good parts to the newer sets too. But yeah, I think disappointment was some of the vibes that people were getting still. So it's weird. I think the designs were good overall. Yeah. Maybe it was just because one set got canceled, it kind of soured the taste for other ones. I don't know. Yeah, these pieces are getting very fine grained at this point. Is that dead? That looks dead to me. Oh well. What was it? Lucas here. Is it Lucas or I think it was Lucas. I think Lucas's castle had a lot of these, if I'm not mistaken. And this is the newer style, because it was from the Viking Village set. Very cool piece. At one point, a similar print that came on the Green Grocer was really expensive, hard to find. It might have come in the older Viking sets too. But yeah, reminded me of that whole story. Very interesting. It knocks loose these old memories that I have of ancient Lego collecting. Years and years and years ago. There we go. Here's a gray lantern piece. That's cool. I think that was from Dreams, if I'm not mistaken. There's the Jetpack Racer figure. Look at the... So, they can get away with this on a CMF, but yeah, they have trouble printing, arm printing, and leg printing for a huge $1,000 set. So, Yep. Interesting. Put those pieces over there. Neckwear right there. Go. There's a purple top hat. That's a weird little piece. This is also dreams? Maybe something else? I'm not sure. All I know is it's going in the headgear. And the purple keyblade from Ninjago. Pink keyblade from Ninjago. Starting to get a little tired. We're almost there. Just a few more minutes. Another 20-30 minutes. There you go. Oh! That is a micro motor. And I believe this one was containing a UFO ship at one point. Super valuable. Super valuable piece. I might have to set this aside somewhere separately entirely. Because this is, if it works, it's valuable. If it doesn't work, I'm not tech savvy enough to fix it. But that would be pretty cool. A very valuable thing to find a working one. So some of them work great and will continue to work great for years. Some of them have already fallen apart because they made them cheaper midway through the run. You can watch more on RR Slugger's channel about that. So, interesting detective work that he's done about that particular piece. Yeah, I think that's the one that I own, and hopefully it works. Yes, mine did all over the stable roof. Yep, I remember that. That was the most surprising thing I've seen in a Lego castle for a while, Lucas. It was like, whoa, look at all those printed tiles. That's kind of cool. Michael is here. Good to see you. Hey Mark, I love your mock review series. I have personally gotten into castle theme and mocks within a year or so. Very cool, Michael. That's awesome. Have you submitted any mocks to the mock review then? If you've been working on castle mocks. If they're near completion, you might have to share them. I'd love to talk about them. But appreciate you checking out that series. I need to get back to it. We should be starting that again tomorrow. I'll film a new episode. I think it'll be episode 11. So a number of episodes accomplished so far. Yeah. There we go. Chrome. Does this one work? Let's see. We'll remove the... Hey, brand new. We'll put that back in. Very nice. Yeah, those light up bricks can run out of battery power pretty quickly. So if they're dead or alive, we'll save them, set them aside. But yeah, would rather they were alive for future build projects. I think it's from an old clown figure. Yeah, that makes sense. Anselm, that sounds about right. Roaming Lego says Knights. Joker, says Tim. Tim thinks to the Joker figure. That could be too. It would look good on a Joker figure. It's a purple, tall top hat. That would be perfect for a Joker. That would be funny. Was anyone else upset that the 25 set with those unicorns? Not hating on it, just wish they had done that with a Castle Battle Pack. That would have been... A Castle Battle Pack would have been better, Andrew. But yeah, I actually personally like the unicorn sets. That creator one that I think it's a unicorn castle. It has a little unicorn figures in it. So I think that's fun. I like that. Would I prefer a castle set? Yes, but I still like what they've done with that. It's different. Haven't seen anything like that before, so I'm okay with that one. But no, I can understand your... It would be so easy to keep making a castle battle pack, but they're not going to do it. They want you to buy the $100 castle with all the bricks in it. So yeah, unfortunately, that's how they've set it up. But at least the castles are still for sale. I remember a time when castles were absolutely not for sale. So I will take this over that any day still. We still have it better than what we've had in the past. We'll put it that way. Scissors and utensils. Another dragon wing. Utensil. Minifigure. Pieces. Ooh, that's a weird gun. Look at that. A weird Brick Arms trans neon green gun. Would work great for a Blacktron space minifigure. There we go. Castle Knight helmet. Rock Raiders helmet. Knight helmet. Utensil again. Headgear. This is more monotonous piecework here. There's a cool tentacle squid legs. That's fun. Ooh. And a lightning bolt, but it's got the white marbled mixed in. Almost like an ice lightning bolt. Very fun. Set that aside. Shield, owl, utensils. Oh, this is a fun one. The printed 1x4 tile with the adventurer's warning: the mummy will vaporize you with his laser eyes. And it also, I don't know how the Egyptians knew that the British explorers wearing pith helmets would decide to try and break into their tombs. But yeah, thousands of years ago, they were already knowing exactly what was going to go down. The logic is lacking, but the illustration is fun. We'll put it that way. Oh boy. Let's get some of these crystal pieces out of there, shall we? Get those out. And then we'll have to read some comments because I have not read any comments in a few minutes, and that will take a minute, I'm sure. There we go. Look at that. Some of my favorite pieces right there. Love to see it. Put those over there. Alright, let's read some comments here. Make sure I didn't miss anything here. No, I have not submitted anything yet. Well, eventually, Michael, you'll have to get around to it. That'd be awesome. Funny story with the dragon roof was that I got those parts on accident because it was hard to tell the difference on pick or brick. I wanted the plain, but I tried it anyway, and they looked nice and unique. Hey, I thought it was a very unique roof, Lucas, so that's fun that you got to include it. It is not from a Hidden Side Ghost. Okay, interesting. Is it from the Ninjago City Workshop Dorama minifigure? I don't know. The top hat. It might have been. A purple top hat from that would have been interesting. Maybe it was from one of those like summer or spring accessory packs that you could get at Lego for like VIPs. So just by ordering from Lego at that time, you got like a bunch of random pieces. It might have been from that. But yeah, weird piece. Hoping for a Castle CMF line in 2028 for the 50th anniversary of the Castle theme. That would be pretty fun, Anselm. That'd be pretty fun. They did a space CMF line already. So they could do a Castle CMF line easily, right? That would make sense. Anyway. You should definitely submit some mocks. I got some new followers, and it was rewarding to get all the feedback and comments from it. It feels good. Hey, Lucas has enjoyed the experience. Good positive review from Lucas. All my insiders' points are getting dumped on Lion Knight's castle before it's gone. Great strategy, Andrew. Highly recommend people get that set if they're able. Here's a really cool minifigure. This is it's a Lego minifigure. It doesn't look Lego, but it is. This was part of the Lego Mexico factory debacle. So it says Lego on the torso, it says Lego on the head. These are made with Lego molds. However, this was made probably in the Mexico factory, probably without authorization. It is then somehow made it across the border and was somehow sold in various locations around the U.S. So I acquired a couple of figures like this. This one's one of the more special because it's got the sparkle inside there, so that's pretty cool. So probably not too expensive if you find the right person to buy them from. Maybe they've gone up a little bit since they've hopefully cracked down on making these, but I wanted to collect it. It looks kind of cool. So where do I put this? With complete minifigures, I think. There we go. Yeah. You should do a Blacktron mock, Mark. That would be pretty fun. I should put Blacktron in the poll against other space themes and see if it wins. That'd be fun. Woohoo! I'm finally done building up all the floors of my tower. I can finally start designing the top floor instead of mindlessly placing bricks. Wow, this has been a slog, though. Every time Michael gives us an update on his build, I feel so bad for him. I'm so sorry, Michael. I hope you make some great progress on your build and you're able to finish it to your satisfaction soon. I'm sorry to hear that, man. But it sounds like you're doing well. That was a good update. So hopefully it keeps going. There's a little spider. Ooh, that's a weird shield. Look at that. So this is a shield from the Harry Potter Durmstrang ship, I believe the newer one. So that's cool. Got the lion-looking figure with the little crescent moon beneath it. That's fun. Put that in the shield bin. That'd make a great one-off knight. I don't think I'd want an army of those guys, but maybe for a jousting knight with orange and yellow. How cool would that be? Some armor, head, torso, custom axe, custom weapon. There you go. Wayne's Bible Bite says I added more Wolfpack figures via the Lego website. There's 5 pack of the figures you can buy. Is this a bundle available for you guys in the US or other countries? I saw that, Wayne. I didn't buy any because I acquired enough of the torsos already, and I got a number of the Wolfpack minifigures over the past couple months. So I've got, I would say, 20 or 30 Wolfpack figures, so I'm pretty happy with that. But I'm so glad that that pack of 5 that you can buy exists so that people can buy them, because who wouldn't want 5 Wolfpack figures for a good deal? That sounds awesome. So glad you're able to get that, Wayne. Time Traveler were always showing up in ancient Egypt. Yeah, they knew about future events for sure, somehow. And so that makes sense. They were prepared for things. Googled it. The purple top hat is from the holiday birthday set released in 2020. The set features a small calendar and a cake, and only with a minifig stood on top wearing the hat. It is the only appearance. Wow, so it's kind of a rare headgear then. That's interesting. So, I don't know how I acquired it, because I doubt I got that set. I would be surprised if I owned that set. So interesting. Tim dropping all the crystals. Love to see it. See ya. It's time for me to go. Replay gang say, Clone Arnie Customs, if you see this comment, I'll watch the last 20 minutes later. Mark, you don't have to read this one. Already read it, Cross. Sorry. But thanks for stopping by, Cross. You enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll see you on the next one at some point. Hopefully next weekend we'll have a building stream of some kind going on. Maybe building some sets over there. Yeah, appreciate you, Cross. Manatee Bricks. Good to see you, Manatee Bricks. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by. All the way from Florida. There's a mushroom piece, but it doesn't have printing, so it's going in the parts over there. This blue belt will work great for Ice Planet figures. I'm setting that aside right now, so I can use it for my figures. I don't need to sort that because I know right where it's going. Antler piece, UFO torso, golden armor. Lucas says, I just realized I haven't mentioned it yet. When's the Nexo Knight 12-hour build? You should try it. Maybe when it will change your mind about it. Ooh, Lucas. So I'm basically stalling, but the real reason is that I'm looking for my Nexo Knight pieces. The parts aren't the problem. I have lots of dark blue and other colors that are useful for Nexo Knights. But I'm looking for the minifigure pieces. I should have a couple minifigures from Nexo Knights. I should have like 5 or 6 of them at least. And I'm not finding them. I didn't get rid of them. I put them right in my to sort bin. And I just haven't tracked them down. I think they're at the bottom of my bulk bin. And so I'm working my way there, trying to get to them. Once I dig them out and they're rebuilt, I will be, putting that in the rotation as a possibility. And I'm sure it will win the poll. Because I know there's a lot of people out there who would love to see me suffer through that. I think it'll be a fun build for sure, though. So I'm just trying to find those figures. Once I do, it'll be in the rotation, probably with things like Blacktron, because that would be a pretty cool build too. So you'll be the first to know, Lucas, for sure. Haha, yes, Mark. I genuinely hate this. A little kind of kidding, kind of not at this point. Yeah, I've been burnt out on big builds before, but it sounds like that's you've gone to a larger scale than most people are willing to ever attempt. So, good luck. Good luck, Michael. Hope it goes well for you. I feel bad for you. That belt would be cool for Ice Planet minifigures. Exactly, James. That's why I'm setting it aside, because some of my Ice Planet minifigures already have that belt piece, but I found another one, so I'll be able to use it. So, I was talking about some opalescent wings before. These are pretty cool. These kind of clear opalescent angel-looking wings. Very nice. Going with the other neck wear in there. Helmet, hat. How are we doing on time? We've only got about 10 minutes left, but we'll keep doing as much work as we can. Anselm says, I can't find it now, but I know someone did a video of custom knights for the Durmstrang ship shields. That would be fun, Anselm. I'm sure that has been done before. I'd love to have an attempt at it at some point. Would my ship be okay to submit in the mock review? Absolutely, Tim. Feel free to watch one of those videos, get that email, and send me an email with a couple pictures of your ship. I'd love to talk about that. Big mocks I always like to feature at the end of the video, so that'd be cool. Andrew says, was there not a Batman Penguin figure with a purple top hat? I feel like that would also make sense, Andrew. Who was it? Somebody Googled it and said it was not from that, though. So maybe it is. I'd have to Google it myself and find out. We were talking about Nexo Knights. There's another Nexo Knight sword. It's the orange one. That's, it's so elaborate. Dual molded, huge. It's taller than a minifigure. It's crazy. I almost want to say it's cool, but then that would make Nexo Knight sound cool, so that wouldn't be good. Now, some Nexo Knight pieces are unfortunately kind of cool. Oh well. Tragic. Sad. Depressing. Hurts to say it, but here we are. It's definitely a love-hate relationship, haha, but when you make big progress, there isn't a better feeling in the world. That's true. It's a good feeling to get further ahead on a big task like that. So. Manatee Brick says, got a LEGO Studios set at OBC last week. There you go. That's awesome. LEGO Studios are very good. Those are some classic themes for sure. Let's put that mushroom. Where was I putting the mushrooms? There you go. Right over there. A LEGO seat. That is just going to go in pieces. Not saving out the LEGO minifigure seats. The Atlantis treasure token disc. That would have been useful a little while ago. Where am I putting this? Needs its own bin, really, for treasure type stuff. Well, put it with the crystals for now. That's where it'll go for now. Here we go. Another skeleton. Put him up there. Get some more energy crystals out of this bin. There you go. Oh no, my Nexo Knights are in the bottom of the bulk bin. Totally not in the garbage bin. Teaver, that is definitely not what I said. You're putting words in my mouth. I didn't say that. I didn't plan that. That's not... No. It's fake news. I'm definitely not stalling. They're definitely not in a locked safe buried beneath the foundations of the studio. No, I do need to actually track them down so that I can have that be a possibility. Because I think that would be hilarious. It'd be funny. You know how many people would watch me go bananas over a Nexo Knight mock? And like at first I'd hate it and eventually I'd start to warm up to it. And then at the end I'm like, I love Nexo Knights. That'd be the funniest video I've ever made. I think that'd be hilarious. So yeah, one day it's going to happen. And the penguin hat was in lavender, not normal purple. Okay, so that's dark purple. So you might have researched a different... so the penguin hat was in lavender, not normal purple. Good to know. So different, but similar, but different. Nexo Knights in the bottom there. Alright. Put that there. There. Yeah, just a few more pieces to go. I'm starting to run out of steam here a little bit, so I'll be happy to call it quits for the night, catch up on some football highlights, get something to eat. I think I'm going to have breakfast for dinner tonight because Steven's out, therefore we don't want to make too large a portions for dinner, so some bacon, eggs, and waffles sounds pretty nice right now. I had burgers yesterday, so I don't want to go too heavy. So. Want to build a luxury passenger ship mega build, like a big cruise ship? That'd be awesome. I haven't seen anyone build any like minifigure scale versions of that in a while, so that'd be special. Thanks, James. Thought that would be a little too obvious. That's because Nexo Knights is cool, Mark. You know you want to like it. LOL. No. I'm not willing to admit Nexo Knights as a concept is cool. Some of the parts are okay. That's it. You're reaching here. King Arthur's sword was pretty tall. That's true. That could be a good King Arthur's sword, actually. Boosted Brick says, I think I have a single Nexo Knight Macy. Yeah, since it was a gift or otherwise free. Hey, there you go, Boosted Bricks. Free Lego is always free Lego, right? Not gonna turn it down. Yeah, I got some Nexo Knights free for sure. Somebody gave me the Fortrex set just to really mess with me. That was a really cool gift a while ago. But yeah, I should have most of the Nexo Knight characters somewhere. I need to track them down. I know it seems like I'm intentionally stalling, hiding them, but they got to be somewhere. I'm going through the minifigure parts. I haven't found them yet. I'll let you know when I do. Ooh, breakfast for dinner. I know, right? Sounds good. I'm already starting to get hungry. I think I actually might dislike Nexo Knights as much as you, Mark. Wait, actually that's not possible, which is why I want to see you try to build with atrocity with the. It'll be fun when I do finally get that to work out. It'll be a funny video, I'm sure. It'll be my most popular video ever. Fall Equinox is here. Good to see you, Autumn. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by. We are kind of getting towards the last 5 or 10 minutes of our minifigure sorting stream. We not only finished a full shoebox of minifigure parts, but we've gotten most of the way through this one as well. So a lot of progress was made, and a lot of minifigure parts ready to be used in future mock projects. So super excited about all that. Yeah, relatively uneventful stream. I ranted for a solid 5 to 10 minutes about the Death Star, though. I was really letting him have it. There was a few upsides for sure, but I was overall not pleased with that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So, SFAM Studios says, "Oh yeah, bacon, eggs, and waffles. Yeah, sounds pretty good." Manatee Bricks says, "I'm going to the Lego convention in Orlando in October." Manatee Bricks, I will hopefully see you there. That sounds like a lot of fun. Should be some great Lego mocks to see. Malachi is here. Good to see you, Malachi. Hey, Mark, back from working away all summer. Hey, glad you're back. I'm also back. I was also working away also. Well, the past month, not all summer, but August I was basically, I lost track of everything, couldn't make videos, was gone every single weekend. Finally back, had a great time, but excited to be back and have the energy to work on Lego creations again, so looking forward to that. Yay, my internet is back. Oh no, Grumpy, sorry your internet went out, but glad you're back. I didn't realize you were gone, I'm sorry. I should have noticed Grumpy wasn't commenting on all the stuff I was saying. We were talking a lot about Nexo Knights, and I feel like you would normally chime in on that, so. Yeah, we are kind of winding down here. These parts are going to take a long time to sort, these little fine detail pieces here, so. But yeah, we've done a really good dent put in the minifigure stuff so far. And I don't know what the next sorting stream will be. It could be minifigures, it could be parts. It might go switch back to parts for an episode. But we'll be back again next weekend. I would rather it be Friday, but if Sunday or Saturday I'm usually busy, but Friday or Sunday, let me know. I might even do a poll. Which one should it be? And I can pick either or. Trying to do one stream per weekend, so I have more time to do videos like the mock review series and get back to 12-hour builds again finally. So yeah, but we'll be back again next weekend for sure. Probably Friday. I think I'm gonna be more free on Friday than Sunday. So. It will be your most popular video, Mark. You underestimate the intensity of the Nexo Knights fan. 100% a Nexo Knights build will do really well for you. Yeah, unfortunately. Nexo villain torsos are decent. That's true. All the Nexo villain figures are actually okay. They're kind of cool. Not gonna lie. I thought they were interesting. The flaming ones, the gargoyle ones, the kind of sand blue and purple ones. I didn't like the color combo as much. They were still interesting, but I didn't like those as much. The vampire futuristic ones were also pretty cool too. Brick Jedi is here. Good to see you, Brick Jedi. Ahoy hoy. And Ahim Bricks says, good evening. Good evening. Fat Daddy Bricks. Good to see you, Fat Daddy Bricks. For all those just joining in, feel free to like the video. It really helps the video reach more people. Helps the channel out quite a bit. So please drop a like if you feel so inclined. And subscribe if you haven't already. There's several more Lego-themed videos coming out soon. Spyrius is probably next, but I also want to do some tutorial videos on certain trees and landscape techniques. So keep an eye out for those too. Should be more videos coming out now that I'm finally back and able to resume production on things like that. So keep an eye out. Bacon, eggs, and fried onions with baked beans on toast. Baked beans on toast, I still don't understand, Tim. That sounds more like a New Zealand or even UK thing. But I do like toast, though. I like some good toast and jelly. There you go. Some breakfast traditions don't quite translate across different countries. Yeah. Not yet. Maybe we'll be more open to different cuisine options in the future. Malachi says, I thought Nexo Knights was a really great theme, introducing new parts. Sets are better than Ninjago, and I'm an OG Ninjago fan. That's a strong recommendation, Malachi. I'm shocked to hear that, but, you know, I'm glad you enjoyed the theme. I did not. That's okay. We can have differences of opinion. It's all right. That's the nice thing about the LEGO community. We all have different likes and dislikes. So. Teaver says, yeah, talking about Nexo Knights, Mark even said, I love Nexo Knights loudly and proudly. Wasn't being sarcastic at all. When did I do that? I deny that. I refuse to believe I said that ever. Ever. Well, no, maybe I did. I might have been dared into doing that. It might have been for like yeah, maybe I got bamboozled. Something. Maybe I read someone else's comment. Somehow that might have happened, actually, now that I think about it. It's terrifying to realize that, but yes, it's possible. Fully possible. Ha! He admits it. I agree with the stone ones weren't at the best, but he said the C word about Nexo Knights. Some villains were kind of cool, not the theme. The theme's terrible. Don't get me wrong. Don't misread what I'm saying, y'all. But it's no. It's funny. Yes, Spyrus should be fun. I've started working on the foundations. I haven't gotten a ton of progress done yet, but it's started. It's happening. It only got back a few days ago, so we'll be there soon. That is gonna happen. Black pudding for the breakfast win. So black pudding is a villain in D&D, so that doesn't sound appealing anymore. But maybe it's an actual food though. It's an actual recipe that people do. Or how about a bacon, egg, and fried onion sandwich? That actually sounds pretty good, Tim. I do like some onions. Oh yes, that and Spam. I like Spam. I know some people probably don't like Spam, but I'm a big fan of Spam. Chop that up, fry it up. Sounds really good. Get some slabs of Spam going. Great to catch a few minutes of the live. Have a great week, everyone. Thank you for stopping by, Malachi. Yep, we're gonna wrap it up here. I'm a little tired. We've gotten a ton of progress done. Lots of minifigure parts sorted. I mean, just tons of pieces that weren't there before. These bins were practically empty, so great progress. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Really appreciate you all. Great to reconnect with a bunch of friends. And we'll be back again with another live next weekend. We should be getting another mock review series video this upcoming week in the next couple days. I would keep an eye out for Tuesday evening or Wednesday. Should be able to see that for members first, and then for public Wednesday kind of evening. So keep an eye out for all that. And yeah, have a great rest of your Sunday, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.